Okay, now I'm going to record how to create an animation. The critical thing you have to remember with Solidworks is to make sure you hit your right mouse button between your movements. So I'm going to start this. This is a part that we're going to take. I'm sorry, this is an assembly we're going to take apart. So I'm going to go to exploded view because that's how animation works in Solidworks. And of all things, I'm going to literally take an item. I'm going to do it in the order that I would take it apart. Take the first bolt. Now you're going to notice, okay, you have certain options in here. When I click on the bolt, it tells me that it's going to be step 1, so it'll be the first thing being pulled. It says to go in the Z direction. It gives me a distance. I can pull it out myself. And then you'll notice that it has a rotation option, reverse direction. It's got 0 degrees. Now, it also has a rotate about each component. If I turn that on, see, all it's doing is flipping it back and forth. When I pull this out, okay, that's step 1. When you click your right mouse button, and I pulled it out using my left button, you'll notice I'm going to pause right there so you can see it right on the screen. I'm going to see if I can go ahead and mark the screen so you can see what I'm talking about. Oh, took me out of the command. Okay, I cannot show you concurrently with doing it, but when you pull that out, you have to hit the right, well now I skipped a step by accident, but you had the option to hit the right mouse button. That's what you wanted to do. If you don't click it there, the right mouse button, over here there's something called done. You would be able to click it right there. When you click done, then it takes you to the next step. Okay? That's how you would go to the next step. When you click on this next part, I'm going to pull this piece forward. You can click on done right here with your left mouse button or right mouse button. All right. Don't hit right mouse button after you've moved your mouse. Just hit done right here. Click on this part over here. Pull this one out. Right mouse button. I hit this. I did it this time correctly. Click this object. Pull this one out. Right mouse button. Okay. Each one of these is an independent step. Okay. When you look at these, all you're doing is pulling them out. So if I hit OK at this point, click on this item, right mouse button, and then animated the collapse. It's literally just pulling them in. You'll notice that it puts it in place and then puts the other part in, but it's not rotating. I slowed it down so that it would do that. So I hit slow play. If you have it regular play, it's pretty fast. Okay, and sometimes you want it half play. That's what I have selected, so you see it going in slowly. You can go the opposite direction and make it go really fast. Depends on what you're trying to show. But in all cases, it didn't show it operating as if it was really, really being fastened. So this guy, we're going to go ahead and just explode it. Okay, so there it is. And we've got the different steps in here. So in step 1, I'm going to go ahead and edit the step. Okay, I pulled it out, but let's say what I want to also do, of all things, I want to rotate this thing. That doesn't do anything. So everyone thinks, oh, I'm going to do this. No, that doesn't rotate anything. You have auto spacing, you have select subassembly, show rotation rings that you don't need. But if I select this item, what you do have is this option right here. Okay. When you have this item, you should be able to concurrently, there we go, not rotate it that way. I picked the wrong rotation, but it's recorded. It did record what I did. You actually want to rotate it. Come on, you. Oh, come on. you want to be able to rotate it the other way, which is the way that it would be not out there. This is the tricky part. When you want to actually make it rotate, you're trying to get it to rotate in through its center. Nope, not there. This is getting to a good spot where you could rotate it. It wants to rotate only like when I pick an edge. That's the easy part. You actually want it to rotate it literally on its center. I might not be able to get it to do it. I might have to reset the, let me see. No, I can't get it to rotate correctly. So if I X out it, I just canceled out of it. I'm going to try this one more time. I'm going to go ahead and edit this step. Extrude it, linear distance, that's all it is. It's just going a linear distance, the distance it's going. This, you wish you could rotate it. No, that's not what it means. But you see this guy, rotation angle? Let me type in, I don't know, 450. Okay, 450 rotations. Now watch what it does. I'm gonna hit OK. And now I'm gonna go ahead and animate it. There it goes. But that was really fast. So we're gonna go halfway. Now watch what it does. Just watch, I only did it to one fastener. So watch what it does. See that? So it literally rotated 450 times in that motion. That's probably the best way to achieve it versus trying to grab it and drag it. Because you saw how much work it was to try to grab it and drag it. That doesn't work very well. To try to rotate it, it doesn't want to behave. So typing it in is a faster approach. You'd have to edit each one. So we're going to go back to this guy. Watch. See that? See how that just slides in. This is the only one that rotates because I put in that element in there. So I'm going to go ahead and edit. I explode first. Then I'm going to go in and I'm going to leave that one alone. What do we select? If I go ahead and edit this explode stuff, I pick 450 degrees. That seem reasonable? What do you think, guys? You tell me, or do you want more? All right, I'll leave it at 450. I'm going to pick the next item and select in the same manner. I'm just going to pick 450. That one I don't think you want rotating because that just sits in place. It's like a nut. This guy though, this one we're also going to pick 450 for that item. And then we're going to hit OK. Now if we hit play it again, Sam, right? Animate it. There, this guy goes in. This one rotates the wrong direction. That one rotates the correct direction. How many of you noticed that?
Maybe it's a left-handed.
Yeah, it's a left-handed fastener. Yeah. No, I don't think so. So those are the kind of things you're going to catch yourself on. You're absolutely right. I like that. I like the way you said that. So this one, to fix it, you're going to edit the step. And you're going to end up changing the direction that it rotates. So you flip that. Now we hit OK. Now let's see if it does it. And now we're going to go ahead and animate the collapse. So that one goes in. This one rotates the correct way. That goes in. This one, there we go. So now that's good. And that's basically what you're going to do over and over and over again whenever you're creating an animation. You're going to go in, you're going to edit, you're going to explode it, and then you're going to edit the steps. And then you can also add, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and add, but notice what I just did. I clicked this guy. When I hit OK, what I've actually created, I need to stay in here. And I want to go ahead and edit the feature to add more items that I'm going to add to this explode step. If instead I'm in here and then all of a sudden I jump over here and say, oh, I'm gonna go and add more explodes. When you click this, and I'm just gonna do something just to do something, and I hit OK, guess what? It creates another explosion that does not coexist in the same one you want to work in. So you can't use it. So please, that's another thing people will do. So you can't have that. Here I have two other explosions. Let's see what this one looks like. Yeah, this one's everything's apart in pieces. See that? And this guy, if I went ahead and animated it, it all comes together rather nicely, except for the fact that the pieces don't rotate. So if I choose to just go ahead and fix that one, gotta X out of this, and just go ahead and not animate the explode. I did that again by accident, sorry. Stay in here while it's exploded. I gotta find, there you go. Each item, I'm gonna edit just that step. What do we agree on, 450? I'll make it 500 just to make it an even number. 500, we're gonna okay that one. That one, these just, okay, this guy, I'm gonna edit that explode step and pick 500 going the other direction, hit okay. Then I've got my two little fasteners. This dude, same thing. Edit the explode. This one's going to be, technically it's smaller, so it shouldn't be 500 technically. But it is gonna go clockwise. I know that already, so I'm gonna pick counterclockwise to make sure it spins the right way. I'm trying to find the other fastener. There it is. And then that one, we're gonna edit explode step the same way, 500, change the direction, we're gonna hit okay. And then this one, we're gonna go ahead and animate the collapse. Oh, they are spinning the wrong way because I need to tighten them in, right? Yeah, my mistake. Did you notice that? They're spinning as if I'm taking them out, right? It's hard to tell. It's going too fast, isn't it? Wow, and I even have it at half speed. You do not have a lot of control. Oh, I turned half speed off, so let me slow that down again. Yeah, they look like they're spinning the wrong way, so I've got to fix that. So back to this guy, I'm gonna animate. Now I don't want to animate the explode. Sorry, I just need to, there we go, exploded view. This one needs to edit the step and change, just leave it go the normal way. That's this one. This one, the same thing. Edit the step and just turn that off. Now I think it should be fine. Let's find out. Animate the collapse. Up, over, over. Yes, yes, yeah, yes. Goes in. There we go. Done. That's what I would recommend you do. I do not recommend you have this in render mode. Just making myself known on that one, okay? If you have this in integrated preview and try to do this, do I even dare try to do this? It might cause a system to crash. Let's find out. Nope, it turned it off. See that? Did not even stay in animation mode. I'm sorry, did not even stay in rendered mode. You notice that? So George, the answer to your question is no. You can't do it anyways. It turned itself off. It won't even do it. Sorry, buddy. It won't even do it. It literally turned itself off. I can understand why. See, now it did, it jumped back on. Notice that? But it wouldn't do it. So that's not going to work when you can't do both. Now, most of you will probably agree that this purple piece should not be going down. Everything should be going the other way. Well, guess what happens? My 10.5 cents when it comes to fixing an animation is make a new one, especially when it's simple product like this. If it's a complex one, I would recommend you try to choreograph it before you try to do the animation. You notice how in this one, for example, when I did this one, what did I do? I only did a few items. You notice that? That's what I want you to get in the habit of doing. Just do a few. Don't do them all. Just do a little bit. And then you want to go ahead and edit that feature to add your next animation. Okay? So this one, now that I've learned my lesson with the other one, I'm going to go ahead and pick this guy, pull this one way out here, and make sure that I have the 500. It doesn't matter. And done with that one. This one, pull this one way out there. Also do 500 for the rotations and hit done. Take this piece, maybe have it go up, and come on, you. Nope, doesn't want to. Let me change. Oh, I have to do that as a separate. I'll let it go. It rotated 7 degrees. Did you notice that? Because I accidentally held on to it. Make sure you're watching the rotations. So it's one of the things to be mindful of. Okay, so now I fixed that one, so it should be okay. And I'm going to hit done at the bottom. There we go. I'm going to pick the same piece. Let's see. Now I'm going to have to do it as a, oh, undo. Yeah, that was bad. Okay, I'm going to pick this piece again. Let me see what it did. I'm going to hit OK just to see how it played out. No pun intended. Let's see, slide in, drop, drop, over, 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 and in. So now, yeah, it actually, yeah, slid in weird. So that one we want to fix. So we're going to explode that one first, go to this last one and delete it. Not roll it back, we're just going to delete that step. So it pops in its original location. I'm going to pick this guy again. Whoops. No, now I got to go and edit the feature again. Take this item, I'm going to drag it up. Take the same item, drag it over. It literally is step by step. Pick this item, drag it up, done. Pick the same item, drag it over, done. The last item, drag it up a little bit, done. Drag it back just a little bit, done. Hit OK. And this one now, if we go ahead and animate it, let's see how it works. There we go. You see how we're sliding it down? You see that doesn't work physically, does it? Let's try that one more time. The reason I say that visually doesn't work because we're bringing in the brown piece first and holding it in midair, which we all know is not possible. In the world of physically, the builders in the house know that that's not physically possible. So we're going to explode this and we have to reorder the steps. These guys are fine. The ending is fine. It's the last stages, which step one is the last thing that happens. Think of it that way, or the first thing that happens. This shouldn't be here, so I'm going to drag this up, okay? This should come after these two. Okay, so there you start seeing the order of everything. So this should come after these two. See that? This guy goes in, then it's this one, then it's this one. Then, yeah, then, ooh, interesting. Okay, so we're going to see how this plays out. Here's that last steps, the last steps. See how it's a whole choreography thing. So let's play it. Play it again, Sam, and see what happens. What's missing, those secondary steps? You notice that? So this is the nature of how animation works. This has two separate steps to it. So you have to fix both before to make it work in harmony. And this is why sometimes I tell you, go ahead and just make a new animation, because this act of tweaking it can take even more time. So this is taking it apart. Okay, I think we can all agree that the beige piece needs to come out before the two blue pieces. But did you see how I was reordering it? That's the key that I'm trying to show you. You can reorganize these steps. So step 12 should probably be with step 11 down here. Step 12, okay, so that's should not be the first piece moved though. So I'm going to move this up and I'm going to move 12 up with it. 7 and 8, 9 and 10. Now let's try it. Nope, still not right. That beige piece needs to occur at a different time. So where's that beige piece? That's 11 and 12. So 11 and 12 should probably be all the way up here. And now we're going to play it again, Sam. Okay. Drop, drop, fastener, fastener. Not possible. What do you think, guys?
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to put it in.
Yeah, we kind of blew the laws of physics there. So nope, not a good idea. See, and see how it's taking. See how we're having to. Oh, wait a minute. Then that's what I'm getting at. You just want to be mindful of the steps that you're following to make sure they are logical. This might work, what I just did, to how it physically gets assembled. That's what I mean when I'm telling, yes, okay.
Yes.
There you go. See that? So even if you create it the first time and it's all foobarred, that's okay. All you got to do is go through this process of a little bit of elimination. See how it took a couple of steps to get there. Cool? And then when you want to get out of this, you see the controller's over here. You just X out of this. Remember to edit the exploded view. Just click once on it, not twice because it changes the name. Once on it, right mouse button, explode activates this entire group. Then you can go in and start tweaking it. All right, guys? And that should end this video, which I'm about to figure out how to end it.